As I said earlier, from now on, the sessions will be very specific to what you can do after listening to the speakers. Let us start with breakfast. Geetaji, if you can focus Kanishka Upadhyay. Kanishka Upadhyay is a very young, dynamic dietitian from Delhi. All 3 Ds. And she just finished checking all the 365 nursery rhymes based on food that we developed. That's a good achievement as far as we are concerned from our side. But she has a double master's in nutrition. And one of the post-graduations that she has done is from the top Institute of India, National Institute of Nutrition, Hyderabad. She has experience in giving counseling to people as her profession, even though she is so young. Her approach to nutrition is grounded in evidence-based practice and continuous learning. She stays up to date with the latest research and advancement in nutrition sciences to ensure that recommendations made by her are current, accurate, and useful to all of you. She can build a roadmap towards your wellness and your aspirations, celebrating each one of the milestones that you would achieve. This is her first presentation to India Home, but I hope there will be some more in future. Feel free to contact her if you have any questions and explore how you can work together to make nutrition your main pillar in achieving optimal health and well-being. Her email address or contact details she would put in the chat box at the end. I request her to put that towards the end or because she's busy presenting, then people can contact her directly and get the benefit of nutrition pillar from a very young, dynamic, dedicated nutritionist from Delhi. Please start, Kanishka. Please start.
Yes. Good morning, everybody. Namaste. And thank you, Dr. Rao and India Home for having me here. And thank you for this wonderful introduction. So I'll be just sharing my screen now. Okay.
Yes, we can see your screen.
Everyone. Yeah, thank you. Hello, everyone. And today we are here to embark on a delicious journey into the world of healthy breakfast, the sunrise of our day, and the fuel for our adventures. So, in today's presentation, we'll be diving deep into the art of crafting breakfast that not only kickstart your metabolism, but also makes your taste buds do a happy dance. Now, I want you all to picture this waking up to a breakfast that not only fuels your body, but brings a smile to your face. So whether you are a team avocado toast or you are a team like you're an oatmeal fan, we are here to discuss the vast range of possibilities of healthy breakfast options to kickstart your morning. So grab your coffee or green tea, and now let's get started with it. This is just a brief overview of our today's discussion. Aging, as we all know, it's a natural, unavoidable biological process which involves deterioration at both the cellular as well as physiological level. The rate of aging depends on various factors like your genes, the lifestyle choices, the food choices which you make on a daily basis, environmental factors, and the psychosocial factors. Now, obviously, it is true that aging can't be avoided, right? But definitely one can control the rate of aging. I'm pretty very much sure that many of you might be having a lower biological age as compared to your chronological age, right? So definitely this can be achieved if we make mindful, healthy food choices on a daily basis. So we can definitely, age like a fine wine. We can have a healthy aging. So when we talk about the nutrient needs, how they change with age. Firstly, the energy requirements, they decrease. Energy comes mainly from cereals, your fats, and sugar. Remember one thing that one exchange of fat will give you 9 kilocalories of energy. So definitely, as we age, the energy requirements for our body, it decreases. Coming on to proteins, we all know that proteins are the building blocks for our muscles. The requirement for elderly of proteins is somewhat similar to that of young adults. Protein is important for your muscle function, and mainly it is very important to include protein in your breakfast, in your lunch, as well as in your dinner. So your breakfast should be filled with a protein punch, right? And also, it's very much important to have a good quality of protein in your diet, which you can obtain from eggs, fish, chicken, meat, but not red meat, obviously. And yes, buy a good cereal pulse combination. Now, this is a healthy eating plate which has been given by the USDA as well as by Harvard University. So, as per this plate, just take one plate with you and divide it into half. So, half of your plate should comprise of vegetables and fruits. So, what we recommend is that you should eat like a rainbow. Half of your plate should comprise of colorful fruits and vegetables, and a quarter of your plate should comprise of healthy protein. So basically, you have to choose a good amount of protein in your diet, such as fish, poultry, beans, and nuts. And also, remember that hydration is the key. So as we age, definitely, like starting from a very young age till you reach your old age, water plays a key role. 70% of our body is made of water. So make sure that you are well hydrated. And also, it's very much important to wisely choose the oils in our diet, the oils which we are going to use for cooking our meals. And always remember to limit the trans fat and butter, which I'll be discussing in the subsequent slides. So as you can see, this is a weighing balance. Your emphasis should be on fruits and vegetables, whole grain foods, healthy sources of proteins, fish, seafood, and the liquid plant oils. You have to minimize foods which are rich in fat, sugar, and salt, the alcoholic beverages, and the processed meats. So, starting just a minute, I'll just hide this panel. Yeah. Starting with the types of fat. So when we talk about heart health, the type of fat which you are consuming plays a vital role. So just consider, I'll break it down to very simple way. We have the good fats and we have the bad fats. Good fats are your MOFAs and PUFAs. That is your monounsaturated and polyunsaturated fatty acids. On a simple note, it's the oils which you use, like you use mustard oil, which is very good for cooking, olive oil, very good for your salad dressings, soybean oil, rice bran oil. So these are your good fats. But don't think that they are good fats. You can consume them, like in any quantity. No, you can't go overboard. So there's a limit for it, definitely. And then you have the bad fats. The bad fats are your saturated fats and your trans fats, which definitely affect your heart health. And the worst among these are your trans fats, which are formed by a process known as hydrogenation. They will ultimately block your arteries and result in heart attacks and other cardiovascular diseases. So we should be aware of the foods which are high in trans fat. Now we all love having cookies, pops, but we don't know that these are actually very much high in the trans fat. So cakes, cookies, your microwave popcorn, all of these are the foods which are high in trans fat, and you should avoid it. Now, when we talk about from where should the fat in our diet come from? So the most of your fat in the diet, it should come from your MUFAs and PUFAs, which I earlier mentioned are your good fats. For example, walnuts, seeds, all of these contain good fats. Even the fish which you eat, flax seeds, your mustard oil, your soybean oil, all of these are high in omega-3 fatty acids. Now, in the older age, especially, omega-3 fatty acids play a very important role. Firstly, because they help in preventing cognitive decline. Older age is associated with dementia, so they help in preventing dementia. And also, they are very much important for your heart health as they are anti-inflammatory. So make sure that you have enough of these omega-3 fatty acids in your diet. So you have your nuts and seeds, your flax seeds, walnuts, which are excellent source of your essential fatty acids, such as your omega-3 fatty acids. Now, these are your vegetarian sources of omega-3 fatty acids: walnut, olive oil, mustard oil, flax seeds. Fish is a non-vegetarian source, but fish is an excellent source of omega-3 fatty acids. So make sure that at least you should have 3 servings of fish in a week to get that boost of omega-3 fatty acids. Trans fats, as I mentioned before, they are the worst fats. So consider these trans fats as thieves. They are basically hidden in the food products, and you are the detective. You have to find them. So let's say, for example, you have a food product, you go to the grocery store and you find a food product. And there it's mentioned that trans fat is 0 grams. But there are certain terms which you have to be familiar with to identify whether that particular food product contains trans fats or not. I'll be discussing about this in the subsequent slides. First, let me show you a study done by Harvard University, which talks about the effect of different types of fats on the mortality rates. So, as it's evident from this bar graph, basically the line graph, that the saturated fat and trans fat, if we are consuming them in a higher amount, then definitely they will result in increased rate of mortality as compared to your good fats, the good guys over here, monounsaturated fats and your polyunsaturated fat. That is your MUFAs and PUFAs, or simply just remember your oils, your avocado. Avocado contains good fats, nuts and seeds, etc. Now, the health risks associated with these bad fats are that these bad fats will increase the levels of bad cholesterol in your blood. So, bad cholesterol is known as your LDL, that is lower density lipoprotein. So, if you get your body checkup and then you get the blood report, so there you'll see it's mentioned. It's mentioned LDL cholesterol levels. So, there are certain foods which will increase your LDL cholesterol levels, and saturated fats, trans fats, and cholesterol are amongst them. So you have to avoid foods which are high in these fats. Additionally, obviously, these fats affect your heart health, but they also result in breast cancer in women. So because these bad fats, they will increase the production of estrogens in your body, and this hormone has been linked to breast cancer if there's an increase in the levels of this hormone. So this is how the LDL will cause a heart attack. Basically, it will form a plaque. Plaque is like a clot in your arteries, and it will stop the blood flow. Okay, so now, as I said, you have to be a detective. So let's say this is an example of a food label from a pack of cookies. Now you can see over here, trans fat is 0 grams. So you might think that, okay, this is trans fat free. I'll go for it. Let me buy it. But you have to be nutri educated. You have to look for the ingredients which are in the disguise of trans fat. For example, partially hydrogenated vegetable oil. We commonly call it as PHVOs. And the term hydrogenated oil. So these are trans fat only. This is just a marketing tactic of the big companies, obviously, so that you purchase their products. But you have to be food smart. You have to educate yourself with the food labels, and you should know this that this product is not trans fat free. It contains trans fat, which can adversely affect your heart health. In addition to that, you should avoid soft drinks, cookies, and desserts. So, definitely, if nutrition is the king, if your diet is the king, then remember that exercise is the queen. So, you have to exercise on a daily basis because whatever energy you're taking from foods, it's important that you balance out that energy with exercise, right? And exercise is also important for your good muscle mass, for your brain function, as well as for your overall health. So you have to make physical activity a daily part of your life. Don't stay sedentary. Try to go for a brisk walk or like do some yoga because it will also help in preventing osteoporosis, weight gain, and other health problems. In addition to that, it's important that you reduce stress, engage in some recreational activity, do meditation or yoga. So now before discussing the breakfast recipes which I've bought for you, it's important to know that what it takes to be a health check certified recipe or a health check certified product. This has been given by the American Heart Association. So these are the parameters. Firstly, we talk about the sodium. Sodium is very much important when we talk about the heart diseases. So AHA has given a list, a PDF. There's a whole PDF I'll share with you, wherein we have different food categories and a sodium limit has been assigned to it by AHA. So it ranges from 140 milligrams to 480 milligrams per serving. And when we talk about bad fats, so your saturated fat and trans fat are your bad fats, right? So whenever you go out for grocery shopping, make sure that your SFAs, your saturated fat, is less than 4 grams or less than 4 grams. Also, make sure that your trans fat should be less than 0.5 grams. Firstly, you should not buy food. I'm really sorry for the disturbance because of device. There are yeah. So trans fat should be less than 0.5 grams, but you should ensure that you are buying a food product which is devoid of trans fats. So now let's start with the journey to healthy breakfast recipes. So this is one of my personal favorite. It's very easy to prepare. All you need for this is a jar. So just take simple jar, a glass jar basically, which you have, and you need oats. Okay. So a lot of people ask which oats to buy. So there are rolled oats and there are processed oats or steel cut oats. It's very important to understand the difference. So as for a nutritionist point of view, I would recommend you to buy rolled oats because rolled oats are high in dietary fiber, first thing. Secondly, they have a lower glycemic index. Now, glycemic index means how your blood responds to the sugar levels in your body. So it's very important to choose rolled oats. Secondly, you need is a ripe banana. Have to mash it. So this is my jar. Okay, I'll be adding a 1 cup of rolled oats to it. Then I'll be adding one ripe banana. I'll mash it, and then I'll add fat-free milk or low-fat milk to this jar. If you are lactose intolerant, if you can't digest milk, you can opt for Greek yogurt as well. Then, to this, you can add chia seeds. Now, chia seeds, they are very much high in protein, and they're also good for your heart health as they are anti-inflammatory, as well as they are good for skin and your hair. So just add 1 teaspoon chia seeds and a pinch of cinnamon. Now, the reason why you should add cinnamon is that cinnamon is basically it helps in boosting your metabolism. It is a fat burner. It will help you lose weight. It's good for heart health. It's good for your blood sugar control as well. And then you just keep this jar in your fridge, refrigerate it for 7 to 8 hours. So you can see the cooking time is minimal. No need to cook anything. You just have to, keep it a day before in your refrigerator, and then the very next day, take it out, keep it at room temperature, and top it with some strawberries. So 1 cup of strawberries you can use. And if you want, you can also add honey to it. Though honey contains sugar, but still, like a 1 tablespoon won't do anything bad. How you can prepare your strawberry banana overnight. It's very good to provide you satiety. You will feel full and energetic throughout the day. Now, also an alternative one. In case you don't like banana, let's say many people don't like bananas. But to be very honest, bananas they boost your dopamine levels. It will actually keep you in a healthy and happy mood throughout the day. So this is an alternative for this particular recipe. You can use apple pie inspired overnight oats. So simply, you can chop few apples. If you want, you can even stew your apples and put them into this overnight oats very easily, hassle-free, no need of cooking. The total time it refers to the time just since you have refrigerated this in your fridge till the time you're eating it. And also, it is vegetarian. It's a good vegetarian alternative. It's high in protein and heart healthy and high in fiber. Now, this is another alternative that is peanut butter protein overnight oats. So, to get that extra punch of protein, you can also add peanut butter to it. You can top it up with some blueberries. Now, blueberries, they have anthocyanins in it. And anthocyanins are very much important in preventing conditions in the old age, like dementia. Okay, and sometimes it also helps in giving you that extra glow on your face, right? Okay, so this is the second recipe which you can try that is cilantro lime vegetable quinoa. So quinoa is a very healthy breakfast menu option because it's rich in dietary fiber, okay, and it is also very much good for your heart health. It helps in lowering down your bad cholesterol. So you remember I told you bad cholesterol can actually increase your risk of heart diseases. So this quinoa can help lower down your bad cholesterol levels. And to increase the protein quality of this recipe, you can use sprouted green gram dal. Okay, so sprouted green gram dal, it is prepared by the germination process. So basically, if you are adding this to your quinoa, it will help in increasing the absorption of the vital nutrients like your vitamin B's, your vitamin C. So how to prepare this is very easy. Just you have to soak your quinoa. Either you soak your quinoa or you can simply cook it on your pan and chop a few vegetables like onions, kale, and you can add spices of your choice. Though I have mentioned salt because obviously you won't like it bland, but try your best to use natural herbs and condiments. So you can use cumin, you can use chili powder, add some green chilies to it, and you just have to cook it for 15 to 20 minutes until you see the color changes. And then you can garnish it with fresh cilantro leaves and you can use mustard oil or soybean oil for cooking, as these are good sources of omega-3 fatty acids. But remember not to go overboard. So, yeah, 1 tablespoon is the general requirement. You might even add more because practically it's not possible to just add 1 tablespoon of oil. But try your best that you don't go overboard, like not more than 2 tablespoons at least. Okay. Now, what are the benefits of this dish? Firstly, definitely it is very good for your heart, and it will keep you full throughout the day. You won't get hunger pangs. And also, since you're adding lime juice, so you're also increasing the iron content of this dish. Because we have sprouted green gram dal, we have quinoa, which are very good sources of iron. So adding a vitamin C rich source, that is lime juice, to it will help in increasing the iron absorption in your body. Now, in case you don't like to cook your quinoa, what you can do, simply just like we prepared overnight oats bowl, here you have overnight quinoa pudding. So for this dish, you can use Greek yogurt, a low fat or a fat free one, which will give you around 2 grams of protein. You can use your chia seeds again. Chia seeds are good source of your protein as well. And you can top it up with fruits of your choice like strawberries, blueberries, etc. So this dish combined with this cilantro lime vegetable quinoa, which we just saw, they are excellent for your immunity and mainly for high blood pressure patients. So if you are someone who has, who are hypertensive, so definitely you can try out this breakfast recipe because it will help in lowering down your blood pressure. And definitely for healthy aging also, it is good. If you're not allergic to nuts, you can top it up with walnuts, again, which are very good in omega-3 fatty acids. Chop some almonds and put into this. Okay, so next we have is a Greek yogurt parfait. So this is again very easy to make because usually if your mornings are very like rushy mornings, then in that case it's a very good option. Again, just take one bowl, add some Greek yogurt to it, and chia seeds 1 tablespoon you have to add, walnuts, grapes, or you can even add almonds. Now, one suggestion would be, though, as I said, you can use honey, but it is much better if you make a strawberry syrup, right? So, strawberry syrup is actually easy to make. So, you can use the strawberry syrup if you want it a bit sweet, or you can even avoid strawberry syrup because fruits have their natural sweetness. They are rich in fructose sugar. So, you can make this very simple and tasty and healthy to eat breakfast menu option. Now, another alternative for this is a nut and berry parfait. So here, as you can see, these are sunflower seeds. So one should definitely include nuts and seeds in their diet because apart from being rich in healthy fats, they also have anti-inflammatory properties. They help in maintaining blood glucose levels and also good for your heart health. So just you have to top it up with some sunflower seeds, you can also use pumpkin seeds or flax seeds. This particular breakfast recipe is high in calcium. It's good for your bone health because we all know as we age, we have numerous issues with our back pain, with the joints pain. So it's very good for your bone health and also for healthy aging. It's a low sodium recipe and it's heart healthy, plus it's gluten free. So nowadays, many people are going gluten free, right? Because gluten is one of the allergen which can actually, result in a lot of diseases. So most people are nowadays preferring gluten free breakfast options. So you can go with this because also one more reason is that almost 99% of the diseases they start from your gut. If your gut is healthy, then definitely you have a control, you have an extra edge, in preventing those diseases. So it's very important to have a healthy gut as well. Now, the next option is the egg white veggie omelets. Yes, you prefer eating eggs. You can take 2 eggs and just take egg white of it, and you can chop some vegetables like bell peppers, spinach, and tomato, toast them in olive oil. So just like you make a normal omelette, you have to make this. You can garnish it with some fresh cilantro leaves. You can also add black pepper powder or salt to it. Another alternative for this is a mushroom omelette. Now, mushroom is a very good source of vitamin B12. Okay, so and also it tastes really very tasty when you are cooking a mushroom omelette. So you should try this out. And it's also a low carb dish. So as I told you in the starting that as we age, the carbs in our diet should also be less because carbs are the ones which are the major source of energy. So you can go for this. It's a low carb, high protein breakfast menu option because protein should be in your breakfast, in your lunch, and your dinner. Okay, so we all love pancakes. Pancakes, you'll get them in a cafeteria, and also I hope many of you might also prefer to make them at home. So this breakfast menu option is for you to make on weekends because on weekends we are usually free. It will take time. It will take around 25 to 30 minutes. But what you can do is you can just change the way how you prepare pancakes by using whole wheat flour or buckwheat flour. So buckwheat is basically a millet and it's a very good source of protein. Secondly, just look at the color. It will give you this chocolate brown color. It's a very good source of protein. Plus, the color is amazing. And apart from this, you're not using refined flour because refined flour can harm your gut. It can also affect your blood glucose levels. So it's better to go for a millet, or if you don't prefer millet, you can go for a whole wheat pancake. So you just have to make a good batter out of it. Add 1 teaspoon baking soda, sorry, 1 teaspoon baking powder, and just add a mashed banana to it, and then just make a batter the regular way how you make your pancakes. And what you can do is you can top it up with banana, you can top it up with almonds and your strawberry syrup. So as I said earlier, it's better not to use maple syrup. You can go for strawberry syrup. It's a wise and a mindful choice. And when you're using milk, so it's better to use almond milk or any milk of your choice, but it should be a low fat or a fat free milk. Next recipe we have is again a very easy to cook. Just take 15 minutes to cook a millet upma. So upma, we all know how we prepare, right? But here, instead of the regular rava which we use, we can use bajra, little millet, or basically the millet flakes which come in markets. This is useful. Why? Because firstly, it will help in lowering your blood glucose levels, and secondly, it also helps in inducing satiety. Okay, so how to cook it? Simply, you have to roast your millet flakes. Add some vegetables like carrots, peas, bell peppers, chopped onion, green chilies, and just toss them up. And you have to cook them in a pan. It will just take 15 minutes to cook. Add some water, and when you see that it is cooking, then you can at the end, towards the end, just add some curry leaves to it, or you can also add cilantro to it, and make sure that you cook it in healthy oil like mustard oil or soybean oil. Now, this is again a very easy to make breakfast menu, that is avocado toast with poached egg. So avocado, as I told you, though it has a considerable amount of fat present in it, but these are your healthy fats. So it is rich in potassium. So most of the patients who are hypertensive, who have high blood pressure issues, so they can go for avocado because it has high in potassium, and also it's rich in folate, fiber, and vitamin E. So all you have to do is to take 2 slices of multigrain bread. Now in New York, in America, people they consume bread like on a daily basis, right? So what you can do is again switch to a mindful choice. There are breads which are available, which are made up of whole grain. You have multigrain bread, and you also have sprouted bread. So I'll be showing you a recipe with sprouted bread as well. So just make sure that your multigrain bread is well tossed. Okay, it's well toasted. And then you have to take avocado. You have to make a spread out of it. So you can add herbs of your choice. Okay, you can add some salt to it and just make a smooth paste, like a spread, like we make. And then you have to apply it on your toasted bread. And also you can make a poached egg as well. So if you want to have it with egg, because if you're having it with egg, you'll get a good protein content in your breakfast as well. So you can simply put this poached egg on to the toasted bread, and you can make your avocado toast. very easily. It's a very easy to make and very tasty recipe for your busy mornings. Next, we have is sweet potato and spinach morning hash. Now, the name might sound very fancy and complicated, but it's actually very easy to make. You just have to dice a few sweet potatoes. So this is for one serving. So you can take one sweet potato and you can just dice it into very small pieces. And because, like, in case you feel that the quantity is not enough, or if you are worried about your protein, you can add egg to it, so egg will ensure that you get a good amount of protein. And if you're not a heart patient, then definitely you can use egg yolk, because egg yolk contains the essential amino acids. Okay, it has 9 essential amino acids all present in it. So it's a very good and excellent source of protein. Also good for aging, for your cognition, for brain health. Additionally, you can use spinach. Spinach is a good source of folate. You can use spring onions, cilantro, garlic. Garlic is again, it has anti-inflammatory properties. It's very good for your overall health and immunity. And you can basically season it with black pepper powder, or you can even use oregano. And the reason why we are using sweet potato is, now, for example, sometimes, let's say if you are on fasting, so in that case, obviously you will avoid egg, but still you can make a sweet potato hash with spinach. So in that case, also it's a good dish. Or if you don't want to include spinach and other vegetables, simply even if you toss sweet potato in olive oil, then it's a very good breakfast menu when you are fasting as well. Now, if we compare sweet potato with a normal potato which we consume, then definitely sweet potato. Now, don't go by the name that it's sweet potato, puffy, very sugary. No, it's just a myth. To be very honest and scientifically, sweet potato has a low glycemic index as compared to the normal potato which we eat, like the in French fries and all. So the reason being that the glycemic index of food has to be low, so that there's a better sugar control, right? Sweet potato has a low glycemic index, plus it's also rich in potassium. For people who are hypertensive, who have blood pressure issues, it's an excellent breakfast option. And not only in breakfast, you can have this in snacks as well. And it's also a good source of fiber and vitamin C. So it's an excellent breakfast menu. You should try this out. Now coming to the next recipe which we have, oatmeal with fresh berries and nuts. So just like we made overnight oat bowls, if you are not willing to go with that recipe, you have a simple recipe to make. But yeah, definitely it involves cooking. So you have to take 1 cup of rolled oats and just add water to it. Cook it in a low to medium flame for 10 minutes. And you can then top it up with some fruits and vegetables. So make sure that, that this oatmeal is cooked in that case. Or if you want, you can even add your veggies to it. So the choice is yours, but make sure, yeah, it looks colorful. You have to eat like a rainbow. So that you have to make sure. And oats, as I mentioned before, they have beta glucan. They help in lowering your cholesterol levels in the body. So if you are a heart patient, if you, or maybe, if you want to lose weight, oats is one of the best recipe to go for. Many people don't like the taste of oats, but then it all depends on how you're cooking it, how you're making this dish. Now, this is another option. You have banana oatmeal. So to this, you can so the process is same. Just you have added bananas in it, and also you can add a pinch of cinnamon. So as I told you, cinnamon is a fat burner. It will help you in losing weight, and additionally, it's also very much good for regulating, for reducing your cholesterol levels in the body and maintaining a good blood sugar control. And this particular dish is nut free, soy free. It's a vegetarian dish, egg free. So these are again the other varieties of how you can make it. You can make it overnight matcha oats with berries. So for this, you basically need matcha powder. Matcha powder, 1 teaspoon, and additionally you have to add 1 teaspoon of chia seeds to your oat bowl. And you can use a non-fat milk or a low-fat milk to make this. And you just top it up with raspberries and blueberries, strawberries, almonds. So it all depends. If you want to go nut free, if you're allergic to nuts, then you may avoid adding nuts. But then you can add your fruits. You always have a choice. The another version of this can be a chocolate banana overnight oats. So if you are someone who has a sweet tooth, then definitely you can go for this one. You just have to use cocoa powder and just add bananas, and no need to even add honey or any other sweetener, because trust me, fruits have their natural sweetness. So when you just add them in your oatmeal, it's scrumptious. It's very tasty. Now, this is another alternative which you can have, that is raspberry yogurt cereal bowl. Now, many of you might be having, cornflakes or regular breakfast cereal, maybe muesli you all might be having. So, what you can do is, even if you're having muesli or any other breakfast cereal, make sure that it is made of whole wheat and not refined flour. That's the key, because refined flour basically irritates your gut lining. It might make you feel uncomfortable. It might result in bloating, diarrhea. So make sure that you're using a whole wheat cereal only. So you just have to take half cup of your wheat cereal, and then just add 1 cup of your non-fat yogurt to it, or it can be a Greek yogurt. Greek yogurt, the reason being is that it gives you around 2 grams of protein, and in addition to it, it's really good for your gut as well. And then you can add, here you can see, you can add 1 teaspoon of pumpkin seeds. Pumpkin seeds are excellent for people, who are at the older age group, because they are very much essential, first of all, because they contain omega-3 fatty acids. And secondly, they also help regulating your blood sugar levels, and they're good for your heart health. Because as we age, many of you, I'm not sure, but you might be having issues with your blood sugar levels spiking or anything like that. So pumpkin seeds are the best option for you to include in your breakfast routine. And you can also top it up with some choco chips, only if you like, but you can also avoid it, because as I mentioned before also, that adding strawberries and raspberries will actually, add that sweetness to this particular recipe. And you can add a pinch of cinnamon or even cardamom powder you can add, because it's very good for your heart health and for your blood pressure. So this particular recipe is high in calcium. It's good for your bone health. It's nut free. In case you prefer, not to add almonds and walnuts, because these are just pumpkin seeds, and it's high in fiber. Okay, it also helps in regulating your high blood pressure, because it's low in sodium, and it's heart healthy and good for people who are aging. This is a very favorite one. This is for summers, obviously, because we get mangoes at that time. So, yeah, this is mango almond smoothie bowl. So, just like you make a mango shake, you have to make a mango smoothie, and you can have it either in a cup, or you can have it in, in a glass. So, you just have to top it up with almonds, with fresh strawberries or raspberries, and it takes minimal time to make, just 10 minutes. And this particular recipe is high in calcium. So if you're using milk, again, I would say try to go for a low fat or a non-fat milk. And it's very much high in fiber, because mangoes, they are good sources of fiber. Plus, they are good sources of vitamin A, particularly beta carotene. Then, yes, ragi idli with mint chutney. So idlis are excellent for breakfast, though I would advise to make it on weekends, because it might take time to prepare them. But now, when we make idlis, we usually make it of rice, or we make it of rava, that is semolina. So a healthier alternative would be to make idlis of ragi. So ragi flour has excellent health benefits. It's well proven, and also since 2023 is the International Year of Millet. So more emphasis is on consuming millets, going back to our traditional roots. So it's very much important to include one type of millet in your diet on a regular basis, or maybe on alternative days. So ragi, when we talk about, it is actually helpful in improving your heart health. It helps to maintain your diabetes, your blood sugar levels, and also it's a very rich source of calcium. So people think that only milk and dairy products are rich sources of calcium. Then no, ragi is an excellent source of calcium. It helps in strengthening your bones. It also prevents early aging. So you can go with this ragi idli. It's also known as finger millet. So just like you prepare your normal idlis, you have to ferment the ragi flour overnight. Add cup of water to it. Make a fresh batter. If you want, you can even add vegetables to it, and then put these idlis into your steamer, and it will definitely take time. Like it might take 25-30 minutes to prepare this, but that's why I told you you can make it on your weekends. It's an excellent option. Reason being that because it's fermented, so it's good for your gut health as well. And also it is good for giving you, extra protein. Now, from where will you get protein? My suggestion would be to add some amount of flaxseed powder to it, because flaxseed powder, if you're making, firstly, if you're adding it to your idlis, or maybe you can add it to your chutney also, you won't feel the flavor actually. It won't give a distinct flavor. So you can add this flaxseed powder either to your chutneys or to your idli, because this will provide you with a good amount of protein, as I mentioned before, flax seeds are a very good source of omega-3 fatty acids. So basically, they'll help you in boosting the omega-3 levels, help you in your cognition, in your overall health, and your blood sugar levels as well. Now, you can also have a fresh mint chutney, or you can also have a coconut chutney with this. Now, pancakes, as we just saw, we saw pancakes which were made of buckwheat and whole wheat flour. But we can also have pancakes made of whole wheat or a besan, which we call as a savory pancake or veggie pancakes. So the name again might sound fancy, but this is basically chila, normal chila which we make at our home. So you have to make it using 1 cup of whole wheat flour, and to that whole wheat flour you have to add half cup of besan or chickpea flour. You have to make a batter out of it. You can add your vegetables like carrots, zucchini, bell peppers, onion to it. Turmeric powder you can add, cumin powder you can add, and just have to make a batter out of it, and make sure that that batter is not too runny. So the consistency has to be good for making these whole wheat veggie pancakes. So you can look up for the recipe on YouTube as well. And then you just have to, just like you make dosa, you have to make it like the similar way. And you can also customize the shape. If you like small, round veggie pancakes, you can make it that way as well. So it's a very good, healthy, and easy to make recipe, that is veggie pancakes. Now, in case you prefer to have something liquid, so you can have this anti-inflammatory green smoothie. So, as the name suggests, green smoothie means you are going to use vegetables like spinach leaves, cucumber. So, these are the two key vegetables which you need to prepare. So, you need to basically grind them in a mixer, and additionally add a fresh ginger, half inch of fresh ginger, as ginger, it contains flavonoids. It contains the active component known as gingerol. It will eventually help you in regulating your blood glucose levels, and mainly it will provide you with immunity. So it's very good for immunity as well, because as we age, the immunity of the body also starts declining. So it's very important to include such anti-inflammatory foods in our breakfast. Then you can add chia seeds. Definitely, you can squeeze half a lemon, and these are the spices which you can add. Simply mix it into a blender. So my personal suggestion would be not to just have the smoothie, because as I told, you should have some amount of protein in your diet. So maybe you can combine this green smoothie with a veggie omelette, or with anything of your choice. So just combine it with something and then have it. And keep a gap of 15 to 20 minutes between this and the other dish which you're going to have in your breakfast. as it will hinder the nutrient absorption. So the perfect gap is also important. Now, the other alternative we have is a berry kefir smoothie. So kefir is basically a fermented milk drink, which is prepared. You can also use yogurt instead of it. So it's an alternative. And you just have to use some fresh, good berries to make the smoothie, just like you made this drink. Similarly, you have to make it. So yes, definitely, they both of these smoothies, they are high in calcium, and they are a good vegetarian options. They are high in protein as well. But again, my advice would be to combine it with some other breakfast option. You also have your mango ginger smoothie. So again, this is this ought to be a summer breakfast recipe because firstly you will get a good amount of calcium from it, and definitely it's very tasty. Plus, adding ginger to your smoothies. Okay, adding ginger even to your salads or your smoothies will help in ensuring that you get good amount of the active component from ginger, and it will help in boosting your immunity. Now, the next recipe which we have is again a very simple one for those who are vegetarians. Firstly, like we just saw the avocado sandwich which we made, with the poached egg. So here you can use cottage cheese, which is a good source of protein, and you can use a multigrain bread. So all you have to do is simply toast your bread, put some lettuce leaves on your bread, and put cottage cheese, chop few vegetables, put salt and black pepper powder. So you must be seeing that black pepper powder is almost included in most of the recipes. The reason being that this black pepper powder, it contains piperin. So piperin is a very active component which will again, it will help in maintaining your blood pressure. Okay, it will help to lower down your blood pressure. It will help in maintaining your blood glucose levels, as well as this black pepper is good for your gut as well. Another version of this is the peanut butter banana English muffin. So, in case you want to have something fancy, maybe it's your birthday or something, you want to have something really, really fancy, you can just take these buns, but make sure that these buns are gluten free, or even if you're not opting for gluten free, make sure that these buns are made of whole wheat flour and not maida, not refined flour. So you can simply use peanut butter. Peanut butter also you can make it at home. It's very easy to make. You just have to roast some peanuts, and you have to put it into a mixer, and then you have to grind it. So it's again very easy to make. You can look for the recipe of how to make peanut butter at home, because the one which are available in the grocery store, they contain preservatives. And just put the peanut butter on your buns and put a few slices of these banana. Add a pinch of cinnamon, add a pinch of black pepper to it. Trust me, you'll love it. If you want, you can also top it up with some strawberries and raspberries. So this is a very simple dish to make when you don't have time, when you're feeling lazy, so you can enjoy this. Yeah, so this is what I was talking about, the sprouted grain toast with peanut butter and banana. So there are various kinds of bread available in the grocery store. You have to be mindful enough to select the right type of bread. So you also have this sprouted grain bread, which is available. So what you can do is you can toast this bread, and just like we had this particular recipe, you have to put some peanut butter onto it, put some banana, add a pinch of cinnamon, and here you're going to have this ready with you. Also, if you want to, add some other fruits of your choice, definitely you're free to do that. So this is a dairy-free, low-sodium recipe, which is heart-friendly, high in fiber. So as I mentioned before, bananas are very good if you want to kickstart your morning with high energy, because they actually help in increasing your serotonin levels. So we have scientific studies supporting this, that having a banana helps in boosting your serotonin levels, your dopamine levels, and eventually you'll be in a good mood throughout the day. The next one we have is sprouted beans poha. Now you all must have made poha, right, with flattened rice. How you can increase the nutritional content of your poha is by adding your sprouted green gram dal. Now, many people at old age, like my own grandparents, to say that, eating these green gram dal, or you have these black chana, they cause bloating, right? So yes, sometimes they do cause bloating because of the certain kind of carbohydrates known as oligosaccharides, like raffinose, present in them. But what you can do is, if you are sprouting your dals, if you are sprouting your green gram dal, it will eventually help in reducing the bloating effect. Plus, don't go overboard. 1 cup is enough to make this recipe of poha. So just like you make your normal poha, you put your flattened rice, you put this green gram dal onto it, but make sure that you put this green gram dal towards the end, because if you overcook it, the nutrients will also be lost. Okay, so you should know the right method of making this dish. So just like you make your normal poha, you make your poha, and then you towards the end you can add your sprouted green gram dal and just maybe cook it for like 1 minute. That's enough. And also you can top it up with pomegranate, right? Pomegranate, you have your broccoli, cherry tomatoes. So it's an excellent breakfast option, because we all normally have poha, right? But if you're adding sprouts to your poha, it will increase the protein content as well. And if you squeeze a lemon into your poha, it will boost the absorption of iron as well. So we are done with the recipes, and here are few nutrition tips for the elderly. Firstly, you have to ensure adequate intake of calcium and vitamin D from your diet. As I mentioned, don't think that calcium and vitamin D just come from the dairy products. No, it's not the case. You have your sesame seeds, you have your white sesame seeds, your black sesame seeds, then you have your ragi, which are a very good source of calcium. You have your rajma as well, which is a very good source of calcium. Vitamin D, definitely you can get it, not just you can get it from sun, but also you can choose to buy products which are fortified with vitamin D. Next, you have to reduce the intake of sweet, fried, or high fat foods, and you have to consume small, frequent meals. So don't keep a long gap, because if we keep a long gap between our meals, sometimes it results in acid reflux, that is, acidity, bloating problems. So make sure that you have, let's say, a handful of makhanas or fox nuts, okay, in between, or you can have a smoothie, you can have something which is healthy and easily digestible. Then definitely, if you are not lactose intolerant, you can consume milk and milk products, fortified staples, fresh fruits and vegetables. So make sure that at least you have 3 to 4 servings of fresh fruits and vegetables daily in your diet. And you should include adequate amounts of foods which are rich in dietary fibers. So the recipes which we saw in breakfast, they are like good source of protein, and also they're excellent sources of dietary fiber as well. Now, these are some heart healthy eating principles given by the AHA. So, firstly, as I mentioned, you have to go for whole grains. Try to replace that white bread, that white rice, with multi-grain breads. You have brown rice. So brown rice, though it takes time to consume, to cook, but still it's a healthier alternative. And you can also include fish in your lunch or your dinner 2 to 3 times a week. And also you have to use oils like olive oil, your avocado oil, your sunflower oil, which will give you the healthy fats. Okay, but don't go overboard. Don't add more oil and fats into your meals. And also you can sprinkle some nuts and seeds to your breakfast. So the recipes which we saw, in almost most of the recipes, we had these nuts, we had these pumpkin seeds, chia seeds in our breakfast menu. Because if you are consuming this, like if you think of just consuming chia seeds, sorry. So in that case, you won't like the flavor, trust me. But if you mindfully think of including these chia seeds or pumpkin seeds in your breakfast, then you won't even feel their distinct flavor, their distinct taste, and you'll just enjoy eating them. And also you'll get a good crunch while eating them, and it will benefit your overall health. Now, here's a very simple game which we'll be just seeing. So you have to tell me which of the foods you think are healthy or unhealthy, and I'll be just reading out the food categories. So first one has been done for you. For example, tacos. When we talk about tacos, tacos are unhealthy, right? So this is the correct choice. Now, I would like you all to answer and be interactive and tell me whether salad is healthy or unhealthy.
Healthy.
Yeah, absolutely. Salad is healthy, but now here I would like to bring a point. If you are cooking your salad in mayonnaise, okay, so don't think that it's healthy. So make sure that your salad is not cooked in mayonnaise. Okay, you can cook it in olive oil. Olive oil is the best dressing for your salad. Okay, this I already showed. Okay, so pizza we all know is unhealthy, right? But definitely, you can also make a healthy pizza at home by using the correct type of pizza base. So you can use a whole wheat pizza base, or you can use a millet based pizza base, right? Okay, soda do you think is healthy or unhealthy?
For me, unhealthy.
Yeah, absolutely. It is unhealthy. All these sugary drinks and beverages, be it a fruit juice. So if you, prefer to make a fruit juice, then don't think that a fruit juice is healthy because, when you are making a fruit juice, the glycemic index of that fruit juice is actually high when you consume a whole fruit. So always prefer to go for a whole fruit and not fruit juices.
Yeah.
So yeah, and similarly, soda is also unhealthy. Okay, so
Yeah,
use
fruit juices
a
are
very
healthy
small.
because उसमें बहुत sugar डालते हैं.
Yeah,
And
yeah, yes. उसमें बहुत sugar डालते हैं. Yeah, so they put a lot of sugar in that fruit juices. It will eventually,
हमने
result in
वो क्या
increasing
बात
your,
और
yeah, it will increase your blood sugar levels. So yes. Okay, so the first question we have for the Nutri-Check quiz is that which vitamin is known as the sunshine vitamin?
Vitamin D.
Vitamin D. Yeah,
D.
absolutely. So vitamin D is known as the sunshine vitamin. In case you're not able to get this vitamin from the natural sunlight, you always have fortified food products which are fortified with vitamin D. You can go for your milk and milk products, and you can also go for seafood. Seafood is an excellent source of vitamin D. So now coming to the next question, which fruit is rich in potassium and helps lower your blood pressure?
बनाना
Banana.
Yeah, exactly. Banana, as I told you, it's an excellent source to excellent food to start your mornings with, and it's rich in potassium. It also helps to lower your blood pressure levels. Okay, so here's a small riddle for you, though it's very easy. So I'll read it out. I'm a vegetable, orange and bright, rich in beta carotene, a nutrient light. What am I?
Carrot.
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 Absolutely. So carrots, they are also excellent for like people who are in the older age group because definitely they are rich in vitamin A, good for your vision. Also, they have anti-inflammatory properties, so they can actually slow down your aging process. Okay, which spice is known for its anti-inflammatory properties? Exactly. Turmeric is an
Turmeric.
excellent spice to include. Now, one pro tip from my side would be turmeric, though we add into our vegetables, in our dals, but somewhere, somehow, the nutritional property of this turmeric is lost when it is cooked. So what you can do is that you can at the bedtime you can have a glass of milk, put a pinch of turmeric to it, and along with that turmeric you can put a pinch of black pepper. So what black pepper and turmeric they do is that they interact together. Black pepper will actually increase the absorption of turmeric in your body. So it's better if you have this turmeric in raw form as well, because that is how it will give you, its natural properties of anti-inflammatory, and also it is antibacterial as well. So it's an excellent spice in our kitchens. So these are my references. And lastly, so we all have heard that fact that you are what you eat, right? But to be very honest, you are not what you eat. You are what you digest, what you can absorb, what you can assimilate, and what you can utilize. So it's not that, that just eating the right kind of food is important. We have to make sure that we are eating the right type of food which we are able to digest, which our body can efficiently utilize the nutrients from. So it's very important. Yeah, and that's the end of the presentation. And thank you all for being here with me. Thank you
Thank
so
you
much
so
for
much.
being interactive. Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you so much.
very nice
Hello.
recipe.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you
Yeah,
so much,
you.
Kanishka, ma'am.
She
Mm.
packed a lot of information.
I have a
But
question.
This video will be
You think the
posted.
wheat should not be eaten at all?
No, no, no. Okay, good question. So there's a debate going on that whether one should avoid wheat or not. So my suggestion would be, first of all, if you think that having wheat is literally affecting you or it's causing you digestive issues, then definitely you should avoid it. Otherwise, wheat is a staple, and like it's a staple of an
Yeah,
Indian
so
diet. So you
because
cannot avoid
sometimes you
wheat.
don't want to have the barley or the say millets,
Agree.
and because it
Yes,
is not
yes.
agreeing with your stomach. So then you
Agree.
take like some
Yeah.
chapati and rice, which is
Yes.
a staple food for us from childhood. So it becomes difficult
Yeah.
not eating wheat. So that's what I wanted to know.
Absolutely. Yes. Absolutely.
So we can take little wheat also. That's okay.
Yeah, definitely. A portion control is the key. You can have a little wheat. It won't do any harm to you. Yes.
Oh, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thanks.
So she has packed a lot of information, but the 14 breakfasts that she discussed are not difficult at all for all of us. Some you can easily make, some with some help. So the video will be made and that will be shared. Geetaji will share that video with you if you want. Then please try to have these breakfasts, and within 2-3 weeks come back and tell us on these Monday meetings which breakfasts have you tried and what's the value, taste, feeling that you got.
Okay.
Thank you,
But-
Kanishka
Thank you so
Upadhyay.
much.
This is
One
a
more
very
question.
Thank
good
you.
presentation.
The oatmeal you said keep at night, like you soak it and keep. It tastes as
Yes.
good as you cooked one.
Yes, it's very nice. I've had
Yes.
many times.
It's very tasty.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you. Thank
Her
you.
email address is given in the chat box. Please
Okay.
copy it and you can communicate directly with her.
Yeah.
And it's already 11:07. We went
Yes.
over 7
Thank
minutes,
you
but
so
I
much.
didn't stop because she's
Yeah.
giving very good information.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Kanishka, and thank you, Dr. Rao, for coming to India Home, giving so much knowledge about our, breakfast. So many recipes she shared, like it was all yummy
Yeah,
and
very nice
very
ones.
nutrient. Yeah, thank you so much again.
Thank you so much.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.